हरि। कमलम श्री गुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्री रूपं साग्रजातं सगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजना सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पदान् सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपीश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरंगे श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर
श्रीवासरि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे हरे कृष्णा
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे नाम एव केवलम कलो नस्तेव नास्तेव गतिरन्यथा।
Hare Krishna. So we begin at one bhajan. glorifying Srimati Radharani. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dhaite. So the translation is as follows. O Radha, O beloved of Madhava, O you who are worshipped by all the young girls of Gokula, all glory is unto you, all glory is unto you. You who dress yourself in such a way as to increase Lord Damodar's love and attachment for you. O Queen of Vrindavan, which is the pleasure grove of Lord Hari, O new moon that has arisen from the ocean of King Vrishabhanu, O friend of Lalita, O you who make Vishaka loyal to you due to your wonderful qualities and friendliness, kindness and faithfulness to Krishna, O you who are filled with compassion, O you whose divine characteristics are described by the great sages Sanaka and Sanatana, O Radha, please be merciful to me.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dhaite.
Gokula Tarune Manalamaite.
Gokula Tarune Mandalamaite.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dhaite.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dhaite.
Gokula Tarune Mandalamaite.
Gokula Tarune Mandalamaite.
Gokula Tarune Mandalamaite.
Gokula Tarune Mandalamaite.
Shri Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dhaite.
Damodara Rati Vardhana Vese.
Damodhara Rati Vardhana Veshe.
Damodara Rati Vardhana Vese.
Damodhara Rati Vardhana Veshe.
Hari Nishkuta Vrindav Pineshe.
Hari Nishkuta Vrindavipineshe.
Hari Nishkuta Vrindav Pineshe.
Hari Nishkuta Vrindavipineshe.
Shri Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dhaite.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dhaite.
Vrishabhanudari Navashashileke.
Vrishabhanurare Navashashileke.
Lalita Sakhi Gunaramita Vishake.
Lalita Sakhi Gunaramita Vishake.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dhaite.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Karuna bharite
Karuna Guru Mai Karuna Bharite
Karunam Kuru Maye Karuna bharite
Sanaka Sanatan Varinita Charite
Sanaka Sanatana Vanita Charite
Sanaka Sanatan Varinita Charite
Sanaka Sanatana Vanita Charite
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite
Shri Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite
Shri Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite
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 Shri Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Anointed with a tinge of red kumkum. Her sweet fragrance mocks the fame of the aroma of a lotus flower sprinkled with saffron powder. She is fully qualified to fulfill all the desires of the son of the king of the cowherd men. May Sri Radhika bestow upon me the service of her own lotus feet. Her amazing and colorful silken garments make the splendor of red coral feel ashamed. She is a garden of blossoming flowers where the maddened bumblebee named Krishna performs amorous pastimes. She worships the sun god daily in order to attain the continual association of her beloved Krishna. May Sri Radhika bestow upon me the service of her own lotus feet. Her charming youthful delicacy negates the fame of the freshly sprouted leaves. Her refreshing form is worthy of being served by the cooling moon, sandalwood paste, lotus flowers, and camphor. When she touches the master of the gopis, she dispels the burning heat of his lusty desires. May Sri Radhika bestow upon me the service of her own lotus feet.
Although the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi Devi, is adored by other youthful goddesses, who are themselves glorified throughout the universe, still she is nowhere near Sri Radhika in the matter of beauty, praiseworthy youthfulness, or other divine feminine opulences. There is no one in the material or spiritual worlds superior to Sri Radhika in the expression of her naturally loving pastimes. May Sri Radhika bestow upon me the service of her own lotus feet. 5.
She is very learned in many transcendental arts, such as performing in the rasa dance, singing, and joking. She is decorated with many divine qualities, such as love in nature, exquisite beauty, and wonderful garments and ornaments. Even among the cohort damsels of Braj, who are praised by the entire universe, she is the best in every way. May Sri Radhika bestow upon me the service of her own lotus feet. She possesses the opulences of eternal, youthful beauty, eternal pastimes, and eternal love for Krishna. Her ecstatic feelings of love for Krishna cause the gopis, who are also in love with Krishna, to tremble. She is always attached to meditating on Sri Krishna's beautiful form, ornaments, garments, and pastimes. May Sri Radhika bestow upon me the service of her own lotus feet. She is graced with 8 ecstatic symptoms, sadvika bhav, such as trembling, perspiring, standing up on bodily hairs, tears, faltering of the voice, and so forth. She is adorned with different ecstatic emotional ornaments, such as impatience, joy, contrariness, and so forth. She is decorated with beautiful jewels that give total delight to the eyes of Krishna. May Sri Radhika bestow upon me the service of her own lotus feet. If she is apart from Krishna for even half of a moment, she becomes stricken with symptoms of separation. When she regains the association of Krishna, after some effort, then all of her anguish immediately vanishes. May Sri Radhika bestow upon me the service of her own lotus feet. It is very difficult for Parvati and other exalted goddesses to attain even a glimpse of Srimati Radharani, who is dear to Lord Krishna. But if someone glorifies her by reciting these 8 verses, then she, who is delighted by Krishna's continuous association, will grant the sweet nectar of our personal service to that person, who thereby enters the assembly of her similarly delighted girlfriends.
कुङ्कुमाक्तकाञ्चनाब्ज गर्वहारे गौरभा पीतनाञ्चिताब्जगन्ध कीर्तिनिन्दिशौरभा वल्लवेशशूनु सर्व वञ्चितार्थसाधिका माह्यमात्मपादप दासदास्तु राधिका
मायमात्मपादपद्मा दासुधास्तु राधिका
कुङ्कुमाक्तकाञ्चनाब्ज गर्वहारे गौरवा पीतनाञ्चिताब्जगन्ध कीर्तिनिन्दिशौरभा वल्लवेश शृणु सर्वा वाञ्छितार्थसाधिका माह्यमात्मा पादपद्मा दास्यदास्तु राधिका
मायमात्मा पारपद्मा दास्यदास्तु राधिका कौरविन्द कान्तिनिन्दे चित्रपाटसाटिका कृष्णमत भृङ्गकेली फूलपुष्पवाटिका कृष्णनित्य सङ्गमार्थ पद्मबन्धुराधिका माह्यमात्मा पादपद्मा दास्यदास्तु राधिका मायमात्मा पादपद्मा दास्यदास्तु राधिका
माह्यमात्मा पादपद्मा दास्यदास्तु राधिका
मायमात्मा पादपद्मा दास्यदास्तु राधिका
सौकुमार्या सृष्टपल्ल वालिकीर्ति निग्रहा चन्द्रचन्दनोत्पलेन्दु सेव्यशीतविग्रह स्वाभिमर्श बल्लवीश कामतापबाधिका माह्यमात्मा पादपद्मा दास्यदास्तु राधिका
मायमात्मा पादपद्मा दास्यदास्तु राधिका
विश्ववन्द्य यौवतावि वन्दितापेया रूपनव्य यौवनादि सम्पदानायत्समा शीलहर्द लीलया च सायतोऽस्ति नाधिका माह्यमात्मा पादपद्मा दास्यदास्तु राधिका
मायमात्मा पादपद्मा दास्यदास्तु राधिका
रासलास्य गीतनर्मा सत्कलालेपन्दिता प्रेमरम्यरूपवेश सद्गुणालिमन्दिता विश्वनाव्य गोपयोषे आलितोपेयारङ्का माह्यमात्मा पादपद्मा दास्यदास्तु राधिका
मायमात्मा पादपद्मा दास्यदास्तु राधिका
नित्यनाव्यरूपकेली कृष्णभावसम्पदा कृष्णराग बन्धगोप यौवतेषु कम्पदा कृष्णारूप वेशकेली लग्नसत्समाधिका माह्यमात्मा पादपद्मा दास्यदास्तुराधिका
मायमात्मा पारपात्मा दास्यधास्तुराधिका
स्वेदकम्पकन्तकाश्रु गद्गदादि सञ्चिता मर्षहर्ष वामतादि भावभूषणञ्चिता कृष्णानेत्र तोषिरत्न मन्दनालेदाधिका माह्यमात्मा पादपद्मा दास्यदास्तुराधिका
मायमात्मा पारपात्मा दास्यदास्तुराधिका
यक्षनाद कृष्ण विप्र योगसन्ततोत च भववृन्दमोदिता यत्नलब्ध कृष्णसङ्ग निर्गता किलाधिका माह्यमात्मा पादपद्मा दास्यदास्तुराधिका
मायमात्मा पारपात्मा दास्यदास्तुराधिका
अष्टकेन यस्वनेन नौति कृष्णवल्लभाम् दर्शनेऽपि शैलजादि योषिदाले दुर्लभाम् कृष्णसङ्ग नन्दितात्मा दास्यसेधुभाजनम् तं करोति नन्दिताले सञ्चयाशु साधनम् माह्यमात्मा पादपद्मा दास्यदास्तुराधिका माह्यमात्मा पादपद्मा दास्यदास्तुराधिका माह्यमात्मा पादपद्मा दास्यदास्तुराधिका राधेश्याम 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 जय राधेश्याम
जय राधेश्याम 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 जय राधेश्याम
जय राधेश्याम राधेश्याम जय राधेश्याम
जय राधेश्याम 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 जय राधेश्याम
जय ललिता विशाख जय राधेश्याम ललिता विशाख जय राधेश्याम
जय ललिता विशाख जय राधेश्याम ललिता विशाख जय राधेश्याम
जय श्री राधे जय श्री राधे श्री राधे जय श्री राधे
जय श्री राधे जय श्री राधे Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe.
Shri Radhikashtakam ki Shri Shri Radhe Sham ki
Jai.
Welcome everyone here, and those of you who are joining us virtually to our most auspicious celebration, the glorious appearance of Srimati Radharani, called Radhastami. So we'll continue with a bhajan. And just now we'll be hearing from His Grace Rajarishi Prabhu some glorification and katha about Srimati Radharani and the whole idea of Radhastami. So this is called Saki Vrinde Vigyanpate Radha Krishna Pranamo Jugala Kishore Jivane marane gate aro nahi more. Jivane marane gate aro nahi more. The divine couple, Shri Shri Radha and Krishna, are my life and soul. In life or death, I have no other refuge but them. In life or death, I have no other refuge but them. So it's a good meditation, this bhajan, for all of us. It gives us a little glimpse of the mood of serving Radha and Krishna. And it is always described as Radha and Krishna. And in our Vaishnava tradition, it is important for us to maintain that mood, and more for us to actually worship the Supreme Lord. It is very, I would say very important that we do not miss or mix the rasas. We maintain the rasas as much as possible. So it became a thing that, a practice, that even sometimes we see devotees send out pictures, circulate pictures of different deities, and you may have a picture of deity on your phone, on your different Facebook, WhatsApp page, different things like that. But especially when we send out, let us avoid sending out or posting up a picture of Srimati Radharani alone. Let us avoid sending out Sita Devi, Srimati Radharani, Lakshmi Devi alone. You never see a religious picture really of Radharani, or you see Lakshmi Devi or Sita Devi alone. So as much as possible, let us maintain that even when we put up a picture on the altar, we should be able to meditate on both Radha and Krishna together. Not that we try to meditate on Srimati Radharani or Krishna separately. So Radha Krishna Pranamo Jugala Kishore Jivane Marane Gate Adanahi More. The divine couple, Sri Sri Radha and Krishna, are my life and soul. And in the line of great saintly persons, in life or death, I have no other refuge but them. Radha Krishna Pranamor Jugala Kishore
Radha Krishna Pranamora Jugala Kishore
Radha Krishna Pranamo Jugala Kishore
Radha Krishna Pranamora Jugala Kishore
Jivane Marane Gate और नहीं मोह
जीवने माराने गाथे और नहीं मोह
जीवने मराने गाते और नहीं मोह Kalindera kule kele kadambera van
Kalindera kule kele kadambera van
Kalindera kule kele kadambera vana
Kalendira kole kele Kalendira vana
Ratana Birera Upara Bosha Buduja
Ratana Vedira Upara Bosha Buduja
in a forest of small kadamba trees on the bank of the Yamuna, I will seat the divine couple on a throne made of brilliant jewels. So that's how the meditation continues. From taking them as my life and soul in life or death, the other level is in the forest of small kadamba trees on the bank of the Yamuna. This is a meditation. I will seat the divine couple on a throne. Imagine on a throne made of the most precious, brilliant jewels. Ratana Birera Upara Bhusha Buduja
Ratana Vedira Upara
Shamagore ange dibo chandani raganda
Shamagore ange revo chandane ragana
Shamagore ange dibo chandani raganda
Shamagore ange revo chandane ragana
Chamara dulabo kabe hire mukha chandra
Chamara dhula bhakabe Hiri mukha chandra.
Oh my dear, after seating them on a throne made of brilliant jewels, then what else? The third stanza of the bhajan says, I will anoint their dark and fair forms with sandalwood paste, scented with chuya, and I will fan them with a chamra whisk. Oh my dear, oh when will I behold their moon-like faces? Hiremukha Chandra. When, oh when will I behold the moon-like faces of Shri Shri Radha and Krishna? Chamara dulabo kabe hiramukha chandra chamara dulabo kabe
Hirimukha chandra.
Gati mala Nibodohara gale
Gatiya mala tir mala Nibodohara gale
Gatiya mala te mala Nibodohara gale
Gatiya mala tir mala Nibodohara gale
Adare tuleya debo Kapura tambole
Adhare tole areva Karpura tambole.
After stringing together garlands of malati flowers, so this is the next level. While finding them, the other level is making flower garlands. So this making of flower garlands is not something ordinary. It is something extraordinary. It is so extraordinary that the Acharyas, Narottam Das Thakur, they are singing about it. They are not just noting it, they are singing about it. After stringing together garlands of lotus flowers, I will place them around their necks. And I will offer tambula scented with camphor to their lotus mouth. Yes. Tambula. To their lotus mouth. Adare tuleya debo kapura tambole
hare toliyaribo karpura tambore.
Lalita Vishakare Jata Saki Brinda.
Lalita Vishakare Jata Saki Vrena.
Lalita Vishakare Jata Saki Brinda.
Lalita Vishakare Jata Saki Vrena.
Agaya Korevo Siva Charana Ravinda.
Agyaya Kore.
I will serve the lotus feet of the divine couple, Shri Shri Radha and Krishna, with the permission. We need the permission. We cannot go directly. Therefore it says, with the permissions of all the Sakis, headed by Lalita and Vishaka, I will serve the lotus feet of the divine couple, Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. The lotus feet of the divine couple, Bolo Bolo, Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. All of us again. I will serve the lotus feet of the divine couple, Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. Agyaya Korevo Seva Charana Ravinda.
Agyaya Korevo Seva Charana Ravena.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dasaranudasa.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dasaranurasa.
Yes, we may be worrying. We may be in some anxiety. Where does Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu come from? All the time he was saying nicely. Narottam Das was saying about the different levels of service to Radha and Krishna. How come suddenly he bring in Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dasir Anudhasa? Dasir Anudhasa. So according to Vaishnava teachings in our Gaudiya Sampadaya, there's a whole nada bhajan that says, without the mercy of Shri Shri Gaurnitai, there is no Radha and Krishna. So in the same mood, Narottam Das is saying, the servant of Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, so first he identify himself as a servant of the servant, Dasa Anudasa. The servant of Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu longs for this service to the divine couple. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dasaranudasa.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dasaranurasa.
Seva Vilasa Koi Naruttamada.
Seva Vilasa Kore Narottamada.
Seva Vilasa
সেবাভিলাষা করে নরোত্তমর
Krishna Prana Mora Yugala Kishore Radha Bola Radha Krishna Prana Mora Yugala
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Srimati Radharani ki
Jai.
Sri Radhastami ki
Jai.
It's very, very significant that the last part, the last stanza of this bhajan, Narottam Das says, the servant of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu longs for this service to the divine couple, Sri Radha and Krishna. Because many of us may say, well, we worship Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, Gaur Nitai here. So then, where is Radha and Krishna? Or where is Sitaram? Or where is Lakshmi Narayan? So, with that understanding, of course, we should, at least this much understanding we should have, that first of all, Lord Chaitanya is none different from Radha and Krishna. Lord Nityananda is none different from Balaram. And ultimately, in the line of incarnations and the coming of the Lord, or the Lord Himself, they are none different. The Lord came and displayed His Leela and have many, many incarnations, but is the same one Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. Hare Krishna. So we'll do one short bhajan just before His Grace Rajrishi Prabhu comes in. Radharani ki jai, Maharani ki jai. Bolo barsane wali ki jai, jai, jai. All glories to Radharani, all glories to the greatest of all queens. Sing the glories of Radharani, who lives in Varsana. All glories to Radha Thakurani, Queen Radha, who is the beloved of Sri Hari. All glories to the beloved daughter of King Vrishabhanu. All glories to Radha, who has a fair complexion and molten and golden limbs. All glories to the prince of the king of Braja. All glories to the queen of Braja. All glories to the goddess of Braja. All glories to Radha, who wanders in the Gavara forest. Radharani ki jai, Maharani ki jai.
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 Bolo barsane wali ki jai, jai, 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 jai.
Radharani ki jai, Maharani ki 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 jai.
Takarani ki jai, Hare Pyare ki jai.
Maharani ki jai,
Hare Priya
ki jai.
Takarani ki jai, Hare Priya ki jai.
Radharani ki jai, Hare Priya ki jai.
Nudulari ki jai, jai, jai.
Shabhanu Dulari ki jaya, jaya, jaya.
Vrishabhanu Dulari ki jai, jai, jai.
Shabhanu Dulari ki jaya, jaya, jaya.
Radharani ki jai, Maharani ki jai.
Radharani ki jai, Maharani ki jai.
Radharani ki jai, Maharani ki jai. Gaurange ki jai, Hemange ki jai.
Gaurangi ki jai, Hemangi ki jai.
Gaurange ki jai, Hemange ki jai.
Gaurangi ki jai, Hemangi ki jai.
Raja Raja Kumari ki jai, jai, jai. Raja
Raja Kumari ki jaya, jaya, jaya.
Raja Raja Kumari ki jai, jai, jai.
Raja Raja Kumari ki jaya, jaya, jaya.
Radha Rani ki jai, Maharani ki jai. Radha
Radharani ki jai, Maharani ki jai.
Radha Rani ki jai, Maharani ki jai.
Radharani ki jai, Maharani ki jai.
Raja Rani ki jai, Raja Devi ki jai.
Radharani ki jai, Raja Devi ki jai.
Raja Rani ki jai, Raja Devi ki jai.
Radharani ki jai, Raja Devi ki jai.
Bhavara Varani ki jai, jai, jai.
Varana Vari ki jaya, jaya, jaya.
Gabavara Varani ki jai jai jai.
Varavana Vari ki jaya jaya jaya.
Radha Rani ki jai, Maharani ki jai, Radha Rani ki jai, Maharani ki jai. Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe, Radhe Radhe Radhe,
Jai 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 Shri Radhe.
Radhe 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 Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe, Radhe 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 Radhe,
Jai 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 Shri Radhe.
Radhe 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 Radhe
Radhe Radhe Radhe Radhe Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe, Radhe Radhe Radhe,
Jai 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 Shri Radhe.
Radhe 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 Shyam Milade Radhe Radhe
Radhe Shama Radhe.
Radhe 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 Shyam Milade Radhe
Radhe Radhe Shama Radhe.
Shri Shri Radhe Shyam ki
Jai.
Shri Shri Radhe Shyam ki
Jai.
Shri Shri Radhe Shyam ki
Jai.
Hare Bol, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So welcome all the devotees, especially those of you who came a little late, and also for many of you who are joining on the virtual platforms. So this morning, very auspicious. We're all here to, to hear and to chant the glories of Srimati Radharani. So at this point in time, we would like to invite His Grace Rajarshi Prabhu. So these days, the name Rajarshi Prabhu, we don't have so much of the physical association, but nevertheless, by blessings of Zoom, we can hear from Prabhuji. He can be all the way in Trinidad, and we can still get his mercy. We can still hear from him, as when he used to come to Guyana, we used to have so much association over the years. So nevertheless, we're all very fortunate, and we're very grateful to Rajarshi Prabhu to always be kind to us, to offer this service. So this time we'd like to welcome Prabhuji via the Zoom platform. Together we can nod loudly in our traditional way. Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol! So just before we hear from Rajarshi Prabhu, we request devotees, there are a lot of space in front by the sponges. So instead of sitting at the back, it'd be very nice if you can please come forward, cooperate with us and come forward and fill up the sponges. And for those who will come later, they can sit at the back. Thank you. Over to Rajarshi Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Can someone say if you're hearing me okay?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, yes, we can hear you.
Hare Krishna. Are you hearing me?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Can someone say if you're hearing me?
Hare Krishna, yes, Prabhu, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you all. Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavanishwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavanishwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Hare Krishna. It's very nice on this most auspicious occasion of Sri Radha Ashtami to be able to render a little service to the devotees at the Hare Krishna Study Center. So first, we would like to begin by acknowledging our good fortune. It is only by the mercy of His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada that we have been so fortunate and blessed to, yes, understand about Lord Krishna and his most amazing manifestations, his multifarious energies that make him that glorious supreme. Now, recently when it was Janamashtami, whether the day we celebrated or the day before, but you acknowledge that hundreds of mandirs were celebrating Sri Krishna Janamashtami. Well, what if you make a search now and see how many temples other than Srila Prabhupada's temples are celebrating Radha Ashtami? And you may wonder, how come? They observe Janamashtami and not observing Radha Ashtami. Why? Can you have access to Krishna without we're going to focus a little bit how fortunate Prabhupada has mercifully revealed to us Krishna and his multifarious energies. Somebody may know, yeah, Krishna, yeah, Janamashmi, like other occasions, we observe Janamashmi also. We don't have anything against Krishna. We'll observe his day also. But Srila Prabhupada has mercifully revealed to us much more that the understanding of Krishna has to do with understanding our identity and our relationship with Krishna. And when that is understood, then only can we dedicate and commit our life to Krishna. We have something to do with Krishna. So, as we would see, we cannot have anything to do with Krishna without understanding how he has all these various energies, these various manifestations. Just like we would say guru. And you understand God without guru? So Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Krishna is the guru of the whole Jagat. But Krishna would manifest in the heart as Chaitya Guru, and externally he would manifest as Diksha Guru, as Shiksha Guru. various manifestations to help us, to guide us. And like that, Krishna is so amazing that can you imagine? He has his pleasure potency. Yes, we try to enjoy things in this world. Bank balance. We have persons will try to enjoy different objects. Well, it's good to understand how Krishna, being God, just by his icha, by his desire, he can invoke these shaktis. He can manifest these various energies. He's surrounded by all these energies. So, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela chapter 4, here we would find the glories of Srimati Radharani position. Srimati Radhika is the transformation of Krishna's love. She is his internal energy called Hladini. Now that's quite something, as Prabhupada Dev Prabhu was saying, we meditate on putting Radha and Krishna on the throne. But this identity of Radha is Krishna's Shakti, his pleasure potency, Hladini Shakti. That Hladini energy gives Krishna pleasure and nourishes his devotees. Yes. It gives Krishna pleasure. Great. But are we excluded? No. It nourishes the devotees. So we are going to look a bit more at this Hladini Shakti. The essence of the Hladini potency is love of God. The essence of love of God is emotion, bhav, and the ultimate development of emotion is mahabhava. Sri Radha Thakurani is the embodiment of mahabhava. She is the repository of all good qualities and the crest jewel among all the lovely consorts of Krishna. Of these two gopis, Radharani and Chandravali, Srimati Radharani is superior in all respects. She is the embodiment of Mahabhava, and she surpasses all in qualities. Her mind, senses, and body are steeped in love for Krishna. She is Krishna's own energy, and she helps him in his pastimes. Now, meditate on this, that for Krishna's pastimes to take place, this is such an important element in the pastimes. We know there are different rasas, Shantaras, Dasyaras, Sakyaras, Vatsalyaras. But this Madhurya Rasa, conjugal love, is the topmost of all rasas. We've heard it is not like we are on a level that we could really enter and taste. But when we get descriptions of the rasa dance and so on, the exalted nature, then we get some theoretical understanding. So from Brahma Samhita, I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord who resides in his own realm, Goloka, with Radha, who resembles his own spiritual figure, and who embodies the ecstatic potency Hladini. Their companions, her confidantes, who embody extensions of her bodily forms, and who are imbued and permeated with ever blissful rasa. Now, please listen to how Lord Krishna's consorts help him taste rasa and how they help in his pastimes. The beloved consorts of Lord Krishna are of three kinds: the goddesses of fortune, the queens, and the milkmaids of Vraja, who are the foremost of all. These consorts all proceed from Radhika. Now, this is something that we are familiar with, how people are running after Lakshmi Devi. Give me Anna, give me Dhana. People beg Lakshmi Devi, give me this, give me that. So that is just one of the manifestations of Srimati Radharani, the goddesses of fortune. But then there is that other category, the queens in Dwarka, the queens like Rukmini and Satyabhama and others. So they are manifestations of Srimati Radharani. And then the multitude of gopis in Vraja, they are various manifestations of Srimati Radharani also, that makes these wonderful pastimes, like recently we celebrated Chola Yatra. And so many gopis are involved with swinging Radha and Krishna. So the beloved consorts of Lord Krishna are, okay, we read that. Just as the fountainhead Lord Krishna is the cause of all incarnations, so Sri Radha is the cause of all these consorts, meaning the goddesses of fortune are partial manifestations of Srimati Radhika, and the queens are reflections of her image. The goddesses of fortune are her plenary portions, and they display the forms of Vaibhava Vilas. The queens are the nature of her Vaibhava Prakash. So as you see, Krishna has these various manifestations, various expansions that are termed in these ways. Now, similarly, Srimati Radharani has these various manifestations. Without many consorts, there is not such exaltation in rasa. Therefore, there are many manifestations of Srimati Radharani to assist in the Lord's pastimes. Among them are various groups of consorts in Vraja who have varieties of sentiments and mellows. They help Lord Krishna taste all the sweetness of the rasa dance and other pastimes. Now, sometimes people would imagine God as some energy, some impersonal thing out there. And it's a bright idea. Merge and you become that. How about that one? Ecstatic, right? There is some impersonal void there, and you merge and you come that. And what more is there to say about that? Would you hear great sages going on and on? Kavibiriditam kalmashapaham Shravana Mangalam Srimaratatam about neti, not this, not that, about Brahman. You think it is that glorious? No. Prabodhananda Saraswati said, man, that's hell, Kaivalya. Narakayati, Narak, that merging, that impersonal, that void thing, that's hell for devotees. What's the benefit of that? Merging, that's hell. Vaishnavas can't stand the thought of merging into something. But itam bhuta guna harim, Hari. He has all these wonderful qualities. In Gopi Geet says, Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam avibiriditam almashapaham Shravana mangalam srimaratatam Ovigrinantiye Purida Jana Tavakatamritam, the nectarian descriptions of your activities. Shravana Mangalam. To hear it, it is so auspicious. So even people who are not trained and who are not knowledgeable, they're eager about rasa and rasa dance. They're very much eager to want to get into rasa, hearing rasa lila, seeing rasa lila, putting on drama of rasa lila. So the idea is that God is not some flat, boring, impersonal thing. He has multifarious, many rasas, wonderful taste. Yes. So we are dealing with this personality, Srimati Radharani. The very name Radha, Aradhana, Radhita, one who has the highest devotion to Krishna. That is the person we are talking about. Radha is the one who gives pleasure to Govinda, and she is also the enchantress of Govinda. She is the be-all and end-all of Govinda, and the crest jewel of all his consorts. The transcendental goddess Srimati Radharani is the direct counterpart of Lord Sri Krishna. She is the central figure for all the goddesses of fortune. She possesses all the attractiveness to attract the all-attractive personality of Godhead. She is the primeval, internal potency of the Lord. Now, when we think about that Krishna means all attractive. Yeah, God is all attractive. He's powerful. He has this quality. He has that quality, all attractive. But that all attractive person is enchanted by Srimati Radharani. Mohana Mohini. Yes, Srimati Radharani is the one who enchants Krishna. Perhaps you have heard about people talking about Prabhupada's formula for Radhastami lecture. 24 minutes about Krishna. They wonder if Prabhupada got it wrong, if he thought it was Janamashmi or something. He's just talking about Krishna. And then the 25th minute, Prabhupada breaks into, and that Krishna comes under the control and is enchanted by Srimati Radharani. And that was Prabhupada's Radhastami lecture on the glories of Srimati Radharani, that great, glorious Krishna, he comes under the control, he is enchanted by Srimati Radharani. That is the personality we are dealing with. Devi means resplendent and most beautiful, or else it means the lovely abode of the worship and love sports of Lord Krishna. Krishna Mai means one who's within and without our Lord Krishna. She sees Lord Krishna wherever she casts her glance. Or Krishna Mai means that she is identical with Lord Krishna, for she embodies the mellows of love. The energy of Lord Krishna is identical with him. Her worship, Aradhana, consists of fulfilling the desires of Lord Krishna. Therefore, the Puranas call her Radhika. Truly, the personality of Godhead has been worshipped by her. Therefore, Lord Govinda, being pleased, has brought her to a lonely spot, leaving us all behind. Therefore, Radha is Parama Devata, the supreme goddess, and she is worshipable for everyone. She is the protectress of all, and she is the mother of the entire universe. I have already explained the meaning of Sarva Lakshmi, Radha is the original source of all the goddesses of fortune, or Sarva Lakshmi indicates that she fully represents the six opulences of Krishna. Therefore, she is the supreme energy of Lord Krishna. The word Sarvakanti indicates that all beauty and luster rest in her body. All the Lakshmis derive their beauty from her. Kanti may also mean all the desires of Lord Krishna. All the desires of Lord Krishna rest in Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radhika fulfills all the desires of Lord Krishna. This is the meaning of Sarvakanti. Lord Krishna enchants the whole world, but Sri Radha enchants even him. Therefore, she is the supreme goddess of all. Sri Radha is the full power, and Lord Krishna is the possessor of full power. The two are not different, as evidenced by the revealed scriptures. They are indeed the same, just as musk and its scent are inseparable, or as fire and its heat are non-different. So Radharani is glorious, that person who enchants the all-attractive Krishna. But her position is as such that so exalted is Srimati Radharani with her glorious devotion that allows her to taste that all attractive Krishna. That's something that Krishna doesn't know about. Yes, he is all attractive. It's just like honey is like really sweet. But somebody else will be able to taste the honey. So Krishna is all attractive reservoir of pleasure. Who will taste that? Krishna is eager to know what is that taste that Srimati Radharani experiences. And so it is that desire in Krishna that has him take the form, that golden complexion. As Prabhupada Dev Prabhu was singing the bhajan, Gaurangi and Hemangi. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is describing Mahabharata, Suvarna, like gold, Suvarna Varna, Hemanga, one of golden complexion, golden limbs. So Radha's position is so exalted that Krishna wants to relish, he wants to taste, and he adopts that role, that mode as Gauranga. Now, in the beginning, we read about how Radharani nourishes the devotees. Radharani is very, very compassionate. So Krishna wants to taste, but at the same time, it's time to show mercy in Kali Yuga to the souls of this world. So it is that merciful mood of Srimati Radharani to give, to bring the souls. Her nature is to bring the souls to Krishna. So taking that mood of Srimati Radharani, Krishna, in the form of Gauranga, Tyaktva Sudushya Jasurepshita Raja Lakshmin Dharmishta Arya Vachasara Ragararanyam Mayam Rigam Daita Yepshitaman Vadhavar Bande Mahapurushate Sharanarvindam. Bhagavatam describes that Mahapurusha. He went after Maya Mrigam, the souls who are enchanted by Maya. He gave up the goddess of fortune and he went after the souls to give mercy. That is the mode of Srimati Radharani that impelled the Lord as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to give up and to go after the souls. It is that mode of giving mercy. So Srila Prabhupada has given us this amazing theology. We have this Hare Krishna mantra, and we are addressing Radha, this internal energy, Hare, all the time. Please engage me. Please give me the service of Krishna all the time. We are beseeching Radha. In this age of Kali Yuga, Srila Prabhupada has given us that form of Radha and Krishna combined. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahiyan. He has given us that form in this age of Kali Yuga. So the mellow, the method, what has been given, Krishna's, okay, Krishna came 5,000 years ago, but the mood with the mercy of Srimati Radharani coming as Lord Gauranga, this is what is most beneficial for us in this age. So we're grateful to Srila Prabhupada that he has given us all these holy days. As we said, yeah, people observe Janamashmi, but Radha Shakti, even you hear Hindus singing, Hari Om Sharan Sang, Radha Shakti bina na koi Shamala darshan paave. How are you going to get darshan of Sham without the mercy of Radha? So, Srila Prabhupada has mercifully revealed to us how to get mercy. All these observances, how many observances we have? Our life is full of this observance, that observance, so many observances. It's an opportunity to get mercy, to pray, to beg. What do we do on these days? On Radhastami, we chant the glories of Srimati Radharani and pray, beg for mercy. Radhe Jai Jai, Madhava Daiti, Ukula Taruni, Mandala Mahite. Everyone submits. Everyone submits to Radha. So, on this most auspicious occasion, we count our blessings. We are grateful to Srila Prabhupada for giving us, inspiring us, giving us this sadhana to worship the Lord with all his various manifestations, how we can be blessed, how we can get mercy. So, with this, we will conclude here and thank you all for wonderfully observing this most auspicious appearance day of Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Kodi Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Nittai Gaura Premananda, Hari Hari Bo, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we want to thank His Grace Rajarshi Prabhu for so nicely explaining to us about the tattva, the personality of Srimati Radharani. So Prabhu, if it's okay with you, we can probably take a few questions.
All right, if anyone has any question, maybe we can take something.
Yes, so I'll begin. Many times we hear that whenever we render service, but the service we perform is not being done, or it doesn't goes to Krishna directly, but it goes through and it goes all the way to Srimati Radharani and then to Krishna. So can you explain about that, how that system is?
Mahatmanas tumang parta Daivim prakritim ashritaha. In the Bhagavad Gita 9:13, most confidential knowledge, it says those who are not deluded by the three modes of material nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance, those who are not deluded, they are fully under the protection of this Daivi Shakti, this devotional energy. So we have a category to choose from. We could choose to remain pushed around by the three modes of material nature, or we could choose to follow Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. And when we follow Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, we put ourselves under Srimati Radharani, or this Daivi Shakti, this devotional energy. We are conducted under Srimati Radharani now, under this divine energy. So it is Krishna's arrangement that someone who has bhakti can deliver bhakti, can give bhakti. Someone who has devotion to Krishna, they can convey devotion to us. They have that. Like in one of the songs of the Vaishnava Acharyas, Krishna is yours and you can give Krishna. So like that, we worship Radha's Krishna. She has Krishna. And her representatives in disciplic succession, like Mahaprabhu's mode, Gopi Bhartur Pada Kamalayor Dasa Dasa Anudasa. The servants They are the servants of the maintainer of the gopis. So that's the idea that she is the one who conducts. And when we chant Hare Krishna also, we are praying to her to give us. So she's the one who has access to Krishna. And she can give us the devotion to Krishna. That's basically the idea.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. So, are there questions from anyone who is here? So we have Moti Prabhu, Moti Singh. He would like to ask a question.
Hari Bol Prabhu.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Moti ji.
All right. Prabhuji, my last visit to India, in some section of India, it appears that they consider Srimati Radharani as superior to Lord Krishna. In fact, in those villages, they say Jai Shri Radhe inside of Hare Krishna, which gave me the perception that Srimati Radharani is superior than Krishna. Can you explain the reason behind that, if any at all? I thank you.
Hare Krishna. Yes, you get that mood in Vrindavan. Everybody, everything, Radhe, 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 everything in Vrindavan. So it is the same idea or the mood that we are dependent. The devotees take shelter of Srimati Radharani to get Krishna because of the same thing. Yes, Krishna is God, but he is under the control of Srimati Radharani. So we can get access to Krishna by that taking shelter of Srimati Radharani. So it's that same mood that we explained earlier on. So it's not a matter of superior, but it is the position of Srimati Radharani. Krishna may be God, but he has his energy. It's just like, okay, the president may be there, but for you to access the president, you have to go through the secretary or like that. So it's like that, that person who has Krishna. So that's why the devotees, they know that, and that's why Radharani has such a prominent position, because that is the access to Krishna. They know that. You go to Varshana also, it's like, you know, it's Radharani's zone. Yes. Hare Krishna. Anything else?
Hare Krishna. No, Prabhu, I think that's it. Any other questions?
All right, so you all could please proceed with the program. Thank you all very much. Srimati Radharani ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Kori Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, Raj Prabhu, we'd just like to thank you very much for giving us such a special lecture and association today for Radhastami. And we do pray that we have more and more of your association for our programs. Thank you for explaining so wonderfully what Srimati Radharani means to us. And thank you for being here with us this morning. Haribol.
Jai. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
So we'd kindly like to ask everybody to stand for the artik. Chandra Jaya Nitai Gaura Chandra Jaya Nitai Gaura Chandra. Jaya Nitai Gaura Chandra Jaya Nitai Gaura Chandra Jaya Nitai Gaura Chandra Jaya Nitai Gaura Chandra. Jai Shri Nitai Gaura Chandra Bhagwan Ki Jai. Shrimati Radharani Ki Jai. Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda.
Gadada Vivasadi Gora Bhaktavinda.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Jai Radhe Shyam.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, go pray.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Bolo Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe. Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe. Bolo Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe. Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe. Bolo बरसाने वाली की जय जय जय. बोलो 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 राधे राधे राधे, जय जय श्री राधे. 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 राधे राधे राधे, जय जय श्री राधे. जय राधे श्याम, राधे श्याम, राधे श्याम, जय राधे श्याम. जय राधे श्याम, राधे श्याम, राधे श्याम, जय राधे श्याम. जय राधा गोकुल चंद्र, राधा गोकुल चंद्र, राधा गोकुल चंद्र श्री राधे. श्री पंकज गौर चंद्र भगवान की, श्रीमती राधा रानी की, श्री राधे श्याम की.
जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र सत श्री श्री महर्षि divine grace ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. श्री गौर किशोर दास बाबूजी महाराज की जय. सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय. वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबूजी महाराज की जय. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरि गोवर्धन की जय. श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय. मथुरा धाम की जय. वरसाना धाम की जय. मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय. गंगामाई यमुनामाई की जय. भक्ति देवी की जय. तुलसी महारानी की जय. श्री राधाष्टमी महामहोत्सव की जय. श्री राधाष्टमी महामहोत्सव की
जय.
श्री राधाष्टमी महामहोत्सव की जय. Samveda Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Thy Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Namaste Narasingaya.
Namaste Narasingaya.
Dala dala dadarayane.
Adala dadayane.
Hiranyakashi purvakshaha.
Hiranyakashi purvakshaha. Kalayane
Ito Nrsinga Parato Nrsinga
Ito Nrsinga Parato Nrsinga
Toya Toya Mitato Nrsinga
Toya Toya Mitato Nrsinga
Mahil Nrsinga Hridayil Nrsinga
Paye Nrsinga Hridaye Nrsinga Nara
Nrsinga Madim Sharanam Prapade
Nrsinga Madim Sharanam Prapade
Avakara Kamala Varenakam Adhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tano Vringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hari Jai Jagadisha Hari Jai Jagadisha Hari
Navakara Kamala Varena Kamadhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Kesavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hari Jaya Jagadisha Hari Jaya Jagadisha Hari
Jaya Nrsinga Dev Nrsinga Dev Nrsinga Dev Jaya Nrsinga Dev
Jaya Nrsingadev, Nrsimhadev, Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev,
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj.
Shri Nrsingadev Bhagavan ki jai Prahlad Maharaj ki jai
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Shri Radhastami ki.
Jai
Srila Prabhupada ki. Shri Shri Radhe Shyam ki. Hare Krishna. So just before we go for prasadam, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you to being here with us this morning for a wonderful, most auspicious Radhastami celebration. And we'd like to thank His Grace Rajarshi Prabhu for his wonderful presentation on many aspects of Radhastami and Sri Sri Radha and Krishna and the different levels of Radha Shakti, you may say. So, of course, these programs are up on YouTube. You can encourage others to hear them back, and even we ourselves can try to grasp as much as possible. These lectures are very, very important. I'd like to thank all the devotees, the cooks, the pujaris, kirtanyas, and everyone who would have participated in rendering some valuable service, bringing flowers, making garlands, and making contributions towards the Radhastami celebration. Put your hands together for all those wonderful devotees. So it's a little announcement. Tomorrow we have a very special Sunday Love Feast, which will be a continuation of Radhastami celebration. And also everyone are invited for Uncle Patrick, we say, Uncle Patrick's 75th birthday. And we have been pushed to the limit a little tomorrow. There's a few more other kirtans. Some devotees will be going up the bank to conduct 3-hour kirtan for Ganesh Chaturthi, for the submerging of Ganesh tomorrow. That will be simultaneously here with the Sunday Love Feast. And of course the devotees this afternoon who are attending this evening, the Bhakti Shastri class is on, so gear up for your Bhakti Shastri studying of Srila Prabhupada books this evening. So thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Please take prasadam into your fully satisfaction. Hare Krishna. Next weekend, next Sunday, based on the request from our GBC, Srila Viryabahu Maharaj, he requests that as an offering to all the departed Vaishnavas that would have leave our physical presence within the last year, we're going to conduct a Maha Vaishnava Strada ceremony next Sunday. Leading up to that will be 2 evenings, Friday evening and Saturday evening. Either you can come here or you can join on Zoom for some memory and glorifications of those devotees who would have passed on within the last year. And also for any one of us who have some relatives and friends or close ones that would have passed away within this time, when you come next Sunday, you can make a personal offering on their behalf. It will be during Pitri Pak, the beginning of Pitri Pak. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.